done so successfully for 70 years.
Hello. And welcome
We
to
have
the
a
Brown
proud
Roads.
history built on the back of our engineering.
So this is at the Hydro, Snowy Hydro
values,
Interaction Museum,
Let's take a
Cooma.
look back to where the Snowy story began.
It could be sort of interesting just watching the story. I don't know. I guess everyone's skied in the Snowies, Perisher, Thredbo. There's now, what is it, Blue something?
West of the mountains,
Blue Mountain or something?
fertile inland
Smiggens Hole.
agricultural areas to feed our growth.
Charlotte's Pass, is there? Another one?
However,
And of course the Snowy Mountains
caused devastation,
goes to Victoria. It's all the one mountains,
destroying crops and
which goes from, of course, New South Wales into Victoria to Mount Hotham,
during these
Mount Buller.
that the idea to harness the mountains
But it's higher. In fact, I think Perisher is the highest.
by diverting the powerful snow inland.
Now, of course, Mount Kosciuszko is actually at Thredbo, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't. The lifts don't go as high as, or nearly as high as Mount Kosciuszko. I don't know why. There must be some reason. Whether that could be extended potentially, I don't know. But anyway, Baron did walk to the summit, Mount Kosciuszko, and of course it's now used for mountain biking. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, maybe just work it in with the Snowies, go through Cooma, have a look at the Snowy Hydro scheme, and that's it. No. There's Jindabyne. Jindabyne's good. Jindabyne, Thredbo Village, maybe ski day Perisher, maybe downhill, maybe snowboarding, and cross country, or maybe Victoria for cross country, Lake Mountain specifically.
Projects the world had ever seen. The Prime Minister of the day,
And there's Baron.
Chifley, said,
Oh yeah,
"The
Chifley.
Snowy Mountains plan
Best
is
Prime
the
Minister ever.
greatest single project in our history.
Yes,
This is a plan for the
yes,
nation,
Ben Chifley.
and it needs the nation to
Was
He
he?
was right.
Chifley.
And 70 years
I don't know,
later,
Baron did do Politics
the mighty
101,
Snowy
but
scheme remains critical to Australia's
no one really
energy
knows,
water
yeah.
needs.
Like
A
going back
civil
to-
engineering wonder.
Was Edmund Barton? Was it Barton, the first Prime Minister of
The people
Australia?
behind
Edmund
the
Barton.
have always been Snowy Hydro's greatest asset.
And so, I mean, a country party. I don't. You have to trace the history. I don't think it started off as the Liberal Party. Did it start off as the ALP, Australian Labor
This
Party?
massive infrastructure
I don't know, I'd have
project
to
put
check, but,
Australia in the global spotlight as a land.
Poor branding, isn't it? And it's confusing. You've got the Nationals. They've got
Around
some
2/3
coalition.
of the workforce came from war-torn Europe.
You've got the Queensland National. It's pretty confusing stuff, and just in terms of branding.
Construction
And the only way that Liberal form government is because of the votes they're getting through the Nationals anyway. If they didn't have the National vote, well, Liberals would not form government. So, yeah, they've kind of locked that in now. They can't break away from the Nationals. Well, I don't know, maybe they could, because you're not going to have one party anyway. That could be interesting, couldn't it? Yeah, and maybe the Greens come in, I don't know. I mean, one of the Greens just, coalition with Labor. I mean, so it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. But, anyway, to learn the history.
The entire Snowy scheme took 25 years.
25
The first
years.
commissioner,
Yes.
Sir William Hudson, knew the importance of demonstrating early construction progress to show the community the vision.
And that's what's good. It's good doing the travelling New South Wales. Not many people travel New South Wales. So you can go, yes, Baron went from Sydney to Adelaide.
By Prime Minister Robert Menzies, and began delivering.
Really good. You go through the Snowy Mountains, Lithgow, Orange, very interesting spot. Banjo Patterson, of course, grew up in Orange. You can see the house they lived in. They have a festival in Orange. Venter Parks, Henry Parks, of course, Premier, and of course was responsible, I think, because of the Federation for the transport. In fact, the train line which goes from Parks to Broken Hill, you can't even drive there. You have to go via Dubbo, so it's quicker to get a train from Parks to Broken Hill. In fact, there is a train which runs once a week on the Monday, or the Barramundi, which goes from Sydney to Broken Hill, and then Broken Hill you can then get a bus to Adelaide, and then I don't know, Coober Pedy, Robe, also there's Mount Gambier, and there's, was that New South Wales Mount Gambier? No, I think it's South Australia. And then, of course, Port Lincoln, great white sharks, and also sea lions. You can swim with sea lions, but you can't swim with seals. That's interesting why that's the case. It got banned in New Zealand, swim with seals, but you can swim with sea lions in Port Lincoln, and also the swimming with tuna. Yeah, the tuna farm. You always swim with tuna in some, I don't know, middle of the sea type construction has also been relocated. It's not in Port Lincoln anymore. I think it's been relocated somewhere else. And so also, the snow, the Blue Mountains, and also you can go up to Tamworth. There's a Tamworth Festival, up to and then to Armidale, and then to Uralla, which of course is the Fibonacci number of 2358 Fibonacci. You've got the Fibonacci Park in Uralla, then through to Tenterfield. Of course, the song Peter Allen. No, he actually grew up in Armidale, but you can learn all about that. He grew up in Armidale, and hotel, I think, age of 8 or 10 or something, but then went through Tenterfield briefly, wrote the song, of course, the Tenterfield to Sadler, and then from Tenterfield, then you can go across to, you can go to Lismore, and then across to Byron, which is what Barron did, and then of course Byron, I don't know, you go back to Sydney through Coffs Harbour, there's Newcastle, there's Port Stephens, and so on. So it's sort of interesting, yeah. 121 lives were lost during construction. We honour their contribution to the scheme and remember them
today.
Always.
Snowy Hydro is a dynamic energy company powering more than 1 million customers. In recent
I don't know, so they use water, kind of interesting, isn't it? I don't know, maybe this could be the next energy source, water. I don't know. How does that work? Does someone want to comment?
Contracted energy from wind farms and solar developments.
Wind farms is interesting. In fact, Barron was involved. Big project happening, Northern Territory, and it's going to power Singapore. It's going to power Singapore, and they wanted to know how many. It was some optimization problem. I was working at MISG, the Mass Industry Study Group, and how many wind turbines to build, and so on, and I don't know, other forms of energy. But anyway, they're looking at there's going to be some massive project going on. In fact, I think it's been going on for years, and Barron was working on this. MISG, should get back to that problem actually, but yes, worked on the defence. Was working on the defence science technology, and in fact, Barron's thesis as an analogue to solving the defence used tennis because of the hierarchy in tennis. Yes, you could lose a game or even a set in tennis and still lose the match, and that's analogous to warfare. You can lose the campaign battle, the campaign, but still lose. Yes, very interesting.
This pumped hydro and storage project will link two existing reservoirs, Tantangara and Tarabingo.
So, it's quite big. So they're sort of looking at you've got Jindabyne, Tangara, Perisher. The problem with the Snowies is the transport is not very good. So yeah, you need a car. And I think it could be kind of interesting. Yeah, sort of driving through the Snowies, but yeah.
The Snowy scheme saw an ambitious plan come to life.
Also, you can drive. Yes, you can drive through the Snowies from Melbourne to Sydney or Sydney to Melbourne. You can also go along the coast, which Barron did. Very good ride. You go through Lakes Entrance. You get to that spot. It's basically on the southeast point. It's a very interesting spot. You come out of a national park. I thought that was interesting. You also, in fact, Barron's now heading to Bega. They got the cheese factory Bega museum. You can and you sort of head north. In fact, going up to that's it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Yeah.